Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Raider Connection. With your host, myself, 401 Raider Jeff, my guy next to me, LV Raider 10, down the very end, Jay Raider. And as you see, we've got a special guest with us tonight. We've got none other than the Violator, because Leo's not with us tonight. So what's up, my brother? How you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. How are you guys doing? Ready to get into this recap of the Bears game and looking forward to the Colts.
Yeah, a lot to be said. We're going to try and condense it down a little bit. A lot to be said about this past Sunday's game. Now, I know you were there. Just your general feeling on what you saw on the field and your take on everything that happened that day.
I guess from my vantage point, what I saw was finally the run game really start to take shape, and just the possibilities of that with a few wrinkles thrown in, like misdirection, which we don't really do a lot, and I often wonder why. I can take you back to Sandlot, to Pop Warner. The first thing that an offensive coach is trying to do is take the legs from under the defense. And how do you do that? By making them chase you sideline to sideline for 3 quarters.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't a good day. So, Nate, what's your take on the overall on the game from Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, what I liked was that we seen the Genty we all anticipated to see. The fact that we were talking about prior to the Bears game, like getting him out on pitches, getting him out and useful in the pass game, and then they finally did it, and then come to see he has the best rushing day of his career so far and the most touchdowns in his career so far. So that's what I want to continue to see. Just like Violator was saying, like, let's be more creative with our play calling. And when we did, Genty was has been the most useful he's been all season.
Yeah, I think we saw the version of Genty that, Wayne, when you were on with me a few weeks ago on the Black Hole Show, the Notorious one, we talked about what it was like meeting him and seeing that animal in him. I think we saw what you saw that day on Sunday for sure. Not to say we haven't seen it during the season already, but it really came out on this past Sunday. There was no stopping him, basically.
That's like last Sunday was like the beast finally, he keeps tearing a hole in his cage. Well, he finally made a big enough hole to shoot out. And you saw power and speed in action. And you saw the arm tackle. That ain't going to bring him down.
Yeah. And Jay, what's your overall from Sunday?
Well, really quick, hey, salute to everybody in the building. Salute to the chat. Just to let you guys know, we do have the subscriber only mode going on right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and be a part of the chat, hit that subscribe button on all the channels. We appreciate everyone, especially on pulling up with us and rocking with us on this special Raider Connection show. Sorry, Leo. We just had to do without you, my guy, but my guy's having fun at the Dodgers game. Go Dodgers.
Yeah, he went to the baseball game.
Yeah. That's all good. You can't pass up on playoff tickets when you get them. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
for me, that Bears game, it was rough to watch. It was heartbreaking. I've been putting heartbreaking on all my promo stuff all week long, and as much as it upset me at the very end, there's a lot of silver lines that we can go ahead and take away from this game. There was a vast improvement on the offensive line. There was a vast improvement in the running game. Literally put down 240 yards on the ground, which is insane. Our defense literally came alive. Max had like probably one of the best games all season long, and then even add last year to it. He just balled out. Defensive line also was a big contributor as well. So we saw a lot of sides, and I hate to put the blame, but you got to put blame when blame's due. Literally, Gino kind of let us down in that game. 3 interceptions. It was really hard to watch. I went through it on my Monday show. It looks like we had issues with staring down receivers. Decision making was definitely something that we got to go ahead and kind of talk about as well. But this is not something that we have to be surprised about, honestly, because we had Gino Smith from the big reception.
Is he cutting out, or is it just me, Nate?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, Jay, you're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Yeah. First, I thought it was me. I didn't want to interrupt him.
Okay.
I know.
Hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, cool. I just got to be closer to the mic. Yeah, and so that's one thing that Raider Nation kind of forgot, that once we went out and got Gino, he does have that 12 interceptions like he had last year, and he's already on pace to do that. And I'm gonna put a big scary number out there. He's on pace to go ahead and hit 30 interceptions for this season at the rate we're going. At the rate he's going.
That's not good.
That is not good. So there has to be a change. I still have faith in Gino. I believe he's still the best option, believe it or not. What we have in Kenny Pickett, we just picked up Kenny Pickett a month ago. He's not ready yet. AOC still on the injuries list and still wouldn't be a good option. We've already been there, done that. We got to have faith with Gino. Unfortunately, we have to rock with Gino. And it's on Gino now to go ahead and turn things around, because he is the captain of that ship. He needs to go ahead and turn that thing around. So,
absolutely.
I think he could do it. But, obviously, the proof is on the field.
So, Get Your Chili says, Genti will only get better. I know everybody's pissed at Gino, but why is Chip Kelly dodging the blame? This dude called the same play that got picked the possession before against the same coverage. Yeah.
But he threw it to the same route, to be fair.
Well, he fought all 3 of his interceptions. He was trying to throw to Jacoby.
Yeah.
He's trying to force it to him too much. I think that's the other problem. And the other teams know this. He's throwing the double coverage on a consistent basis. You're going to lose that battle more than you're going to win it.
Yeah.
And guess what? You lost it 3 times on Sunday. So
the main part I saw, Jeff, was him staring down his intended receiver. Now, any safety or middle linebacker just casually blocked, and they were in zone pretty much. So all they had to do, even an off guy, which intercepted him, was just watching his eyes and just broke off his man and just came and took the ball.
Yeah.
One time you give him okay. That second time it's like, why are you staring down your receivers?
Exactly.
Put a shield on your face or something. And hopefully he does that. Even if it's clear, it's going to distort his eyes a bit. but they were just watching him just like I'm watching him, and you could tell where he was going to go. And it's again, it was like slow development plays. Now, I think a big improvement would be to do quick hitch passes or hit your running backs out of the backfield in the flats where they can use their speed, a la Genty and Mostert.
I agree 100% with that. You know, it's tough when you're watching the game real time to tell if he's going through his progressions or if he's just looking at that direction. So it's tough to tell. I don't know if you can even tell in the stands. I know I couldn't when we were in New England. It was tough to see something like that because you're not picking up on that when you're at a live game. But Anthony's got a question for you, Wayne. He goes, I know you were there on Sunday. He goes, what was your reaction to Genty's 60-yard touchdown run?
Give him the ball more. Feed him. Feed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a young 22-year-old young man. Let him run the ball. And now we got this dilemma with the left tackle. So how are they going to balance that out?
Yeah.
They still need to be an attacking offense, in my estimation.
Yeah, we're going to have to be. Other than that, they're just going to bum rush the right side because that's our weakest link now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, our left side.
For
sure. What are you going to say, Jack?
Also, I want to go ahead and point this out. Go ahead. Go ahead, on.
And they go for a play. Hey, in my younger days, 30 years ago, maybe.
Oh, about the you get? Yeah, I saw that. Hey, when it was looking really bad a couple of weeks ago, I said, they pay for me a flight out there. I'll go try out. I'll be the first 55-year-old rookie in the NFL. Right. You don't even have to pay me just for being a fan for so long and being able to partake in that. Pay me in Dunkin' Donuts coffees. I'll be fine.
There you go.
There you go.
I got you, Jeff.
I mean, how much do we blame the O-line on this? Like, what do you guys take as far as like the O-line getting blame on the pass, not so much the pass protection, but Geno's interceptions? Do you think that has a lot to do with it too?
No, and I'm gonna say this real quick. It's not on this game. The pass protection was there. Now, you could say, hey, well, the other 3 games, the pass protection wasn't there, and that's why he was hurried, and he didn't. And another thing, he's messed up on his reads. He's not going through all of his reads because if there's plays that we've seen on that Bears game, you had Tucker open, you had certain guys, Brock was open on certain occasions, so he's not going through his progressions, right? And yeah, the line before wasn't doing good. But it's on him to recognize, hey, my line is now performing as where it should be. I need to stay in the pocket a little bit more, or I just need to go ahead and adjust, swing to my right a little bit, or swing to my left, whatever. But the pass protection was there, and honestly, pass protection has been pretty decent the last 3 games. It's really the run block that hasn't been good. That we've been struggling on the run block, but that wasn't the case this past Sunday. So he has to recognize, okay, the pass protection is there, that I haven't been rushed as much, and this is a weaker Bear defense than what I played the week before versus the Commanders, and they just literally dared me to go ahead and throw the ball. That's where he had to recognize that part. So I wouldn't put that on the offensive line. That's more on Geno not going through his progressions and not recognizing the pass protection was there.
And let me jump in if I could, Jay, on what you just stated. The short intermediate passes or timing throws, if you will, need to be incorporated more. I know we have something in our playbook, but they need to pull that kind of stuff out to get the ball in your playmaker's hand as quick as possible. Let them use all of the tight ends or pulling linemen to kind of be like road graders down the field and let these guys, we got all this speed, and you would have thought, like you said, the 4 of us were out there, the way they distributed the ball. That's on play call.
And Rorschach says it well too. And as being an older Raider fan, I can definitely agree with what he said, because I feel for the older Raider fans that are 60, and I'm not 60 and over, but because they want to win more than that, even more to see another Super Bowl victory, and it feels like we are so far away. And it's true. I feel like we're still so far away from that. I'm 55 years old. I don't have much time left. It's been 40 years. I can't wait 40 more. You and I both, Wayne, we've waited a long time.
Yes, I definitely feel that way, man. You want to see another one in this lifetime, and it's just the way that we go. We always take, one step forward and we fall back 2 steps, and it's like a revolving door for 2 decades now. It's really, as far as the fan base goes, it's time to really put a better product on the field.
Yeah. I do see. I did put up your link. It's all in all 3 bios tonight. The description for the show. For Wayne, for Violator merchandise, to help support him and what he does, because he does all this stuff on his own. He's not like a paid by the Raiders or the Black Hole or anything. This is all Wayne that does this himself. So all his makeup, everything, for his war paint and everything that he does, and his time. So support this gentleman, at moto-sports.com. So the link is in the bottom of the description for all 4 shows. It's on Leo's too.
Yep.
So make sure you guys visit his site. Your cigars are on there too, or do they separate? That's separate.
No, cigars are separate, brother. You just
cigars are separate.
Hit me up at Violator 57 or any of my platforms with a DM, and we'll talk about the specifics of those cigars.
I got the one that Jay Jackson gave me when he came. I haven't smoked it yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the right moment to have it. I want to wait until I come home on a Sunday after we win, type of thing.
Hopefully this Sunday we can all light up.
We got a super chat in the house from Dunkin' Donuts.
There you go.
We've gone under.
Thanks for you guys need to get that deal going for my guy Jeff. We're waiting on the deal. What's going on? Come on, make it happen.
What up, 805?
So, I appreciate everybody that's in the chat. I know I've been trying to hit all of you. I know we haven't. Normally we reach out to each all of you and say hi and everything, but when we've got a guest on and as distinguished as Violator, we want to get to the meat and potatoes of everything and get his take on stuff. So I do appreciate everybody being here and checking in with us, and make sure you support him too. And you get over to our channels, hit that like, the subscribe, and the notifications also. Don't forget Leo's too, even though he's not here. He's still on. So I guess the next thing is, O-line we've already pretty much talked that, or the offensive side with Gino, Jeffy. The receivers pretty much were non-existent because we just couldn't pass the ball efficiently. Switch to the defense. Defense looked really good this weekend. We've all been waiting for that game from Max. He had his game. Yeah. But not only did he have his game, I look at it as he had his game from the moment the first snap of the ball when we were on defense. He had his moment immediately in the game. He had an impact at the start, whereas instead of waiting till garbage time in the 4th quarter to get a sack, they're like, oh, Max got a sack. Yeah, it was 4th quarter. We were already down by 2 touchdowns. He impacted this game and set the tone early. Just unfortunately, the rest of the team on the offense side couldn't follow through it, except for Genty. So what's your feeling on who else shined on defense besides Max?
Like you say, Max did come out with his hair on fire, but that's usually what he does. But he turned it up a notch after that conversation that he had with his teammates. That's a leader that really, he can talk the talk, but he walks it real well too. And like you said, Jeff, setting the tone is a phrase that you don't hear many people saying anymore. But in that sport, that's what you do from the get-go. Not like in boxing where you feel each other out for a couple of rounds. In football, you set it off from the kickoff.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, that defense did great against the run. It's the passing game that really scared me a little bit because they started to pick on our corner, number 36. I forget his name right now. They picked on it. Once you find a weakness, yes, you put the dagger there. And that's what they did. And that's how the Bears got one of their long touchdowns right in front of me.
Yeah, and Ray to Travis, you're absolutely correct too. I mean, I've seen him since he started doing what he was doing and was always on film, or you'd see him in the stand. So I've been very well aware of like himself and who Gorilla Riller is. Those are the two that I think of, you know, that black hole in the stadium, especially in Oakland. Those are the first two that come to mind, you know, because they stand out so much, and then what they've actually become for this team. You know, you guys are ambassadors for this team. You really are. And for the fan base, everybody's drawn to you guys, and you know, you're an inspiration to a lot of people. You really are.
I appreciate that, Travis. Yeah, appreciate it.
But
like I was saying though, man, we still have holes to fill, and we all sitting here know that. People in the chat, everybody knows that. But like other teams that we face, they know how to play cat and mouse and, you know, show you one thing and give you something else. Our defense, to me, was in a base defense most of the day.
Yeah, that was.
Nate, what do you got on the defense side?
Yeah, besides Max, really, it was kind of just not getting the calls right in the back end of the defense. That's what really kept them in the game. We had said in our preview prior to the game, like, and I had said in my video too, if you get to Caleb Williams, he's going to want to try to do everything that he can. And, you know, that's the way we can beat him. And we did it. We did do that. But then our back end couldn't back us up, and people squeaked out, and he got the ball downfield, and they ended up scoring some points. So, and also the fact that Stokes went down too, that's going to be a big hole to fill as well. And Darian Porter didn't look great in coverage in relief for him.
He did okay.
So
he did okay. He had some wins and stuff.
So it's going to be an uphill battle.
Look good? You mean our third round pick didn't look good? Neither did our second round pick. Oh,
it's going to be an uphill battle for the defensive back room. I think we just need to be more vocal. That's what it seems to be. We always have like some kind of missed call that ends up being a touchdown. We've seen it against the Chargers, we've seen it against Washington, and we've seen it against the Bears. So something needs to happen back there. Someone needs to step up and be that vocal leader, or maybe even a linebacker too. Make sure the calls are right. Make sure all the defense is set, and let's make sure that our defensive backs can back up our front, who's been playing well.
And that's where that experienced safety comes in, guys.
Yep.
He's him and the Mike linebacker are almost like two quarterbacks on the field that connects the front end with the back end. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, like you say, you can just see from body language that they're all not on the same page on certain plays, and they're already playing a zone. So it leaves a bigger opening, and it's just easy targets.
Yep.
Jay, what you got on the defense?
Man, I mean, on the defense, like I said earlier, Max had probably the best game in like almost 2 years. Balled out, you know, he had that batted ball that he caught as an interception and tried to run it back. Me and Nate saw that, and Leo saw that on the home opener. That was great to see again, and it just sucks he couldn't run it back for that touchdown. But you know, he was out there being disruptive. He was out there applying a lot of pressure. You know, he had a lot of hits behind the line of scrimmage, and that's what we needed from him. Me and you both said, like, hey, he needs to go ahead and go out there and start early, start faster. Let's not wait until the fourth quarter to go ahead and get our sacks in. Let's start earlier. And, hey, our word to his ears, he did that. He showed out. Line got involved. Even Tyree got a sack. That was crazy. I was like, oh, my God, what's going on today? Like, D stepping up. we did give up that interception, and but I mean, other than that, they played pretty sound. And to be honest with you, the amount of turnovers we had in that first half, we should have been down at least 2 to 3 scores. They kept us in the game. They held the Bears to 6 points within the first 2 quarters off of those turnovers that we had. Any other team, it would have been a better team. We would have been down 2 scores, and they kept us in the game. And they've been doing really, really good, even with better teams. So, shout out.
We went into halftime with the lead.
We went into the halftime. It should have been higher, but yes, we went into halftime with 14-9 was the score,
and then got the ball and gave it right back.
Yes, exactly. And then we went out and just gave the ball right back. So that goes to show the presence of Max Crosby on what he can do, and hopefully we continue seeing that. The rest of the line has to continue doing their part. I'm still waiting for Malcolm Koonce to do something. He was a little bit quiet in that game.
He was more involved this week, I think. He definitely played a little bit,
yeah.
But if you're on a 1-year prove it deal, he needs to go ahead and prove it. We're on week 5. When he's going to prove it, we're still waiting on it. Because if he continues to have these type of games, he's not going to be here next year. They're not going to bring it back. So it's in his best interest to go ahead and go ball out. We've been waiting on him. Now, it looks like Eric Stokes probably is going to play on Sunday. Fingers crossed. Pete's been saying all week long, he says he's good to go. We kind of put him a little bit limited today because we didn't want to have him go too hard. Looks like maybe tomorrow they'll probably have him do a full regular practice. We'll see what happens, but it looks like he's going to be back. But either way, like when Eric Stokes went down, that kind of changed a little bit the trajectory of the game, how it kind of went. That's a scary moment. I think the big thing here is, and I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, is Colton Miller. That's a big loss, having that big guy go down. It looks like it's gonna be Stone Forsythe on Sunday.
I mean, we didn't have much depth to begin with, and now we're going to be really stretched. Then that left side is going to be an issue. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I agree with everything you guys have said as far as on the defense. And there's one name that you guys didn't bring up. That's Devin White. Devin White had a huge day. He had 8 solo tackles, 1 assist. He was it seemed like he was everywhere again. So he had one of those games that, we were hoping for. Like, our linebacking core is not bad at all. They're really
not at all
better than they were last year, to be honest with you. I think these guys are flying around that field and they are hitting and they're impacting this game. And a lot has to do with Max. Max takes it to that level by starting off that game. Now everybody's got to get up to his level and show, hey, he's out there doing what he's doing. We need to step it up and match that or come as close as possible. And some guys did, and he's definitely one of them. Kelly had 4 tackles, 2 assists. Adams had 4 tackles. Chin was 3 for 4. There was 1 sack in the game, and that was Tyree. And it almost like it was one of those situations where the quarterback kind of ran into him again, and he was able to get the sack. It's not like he just bulldwashed his way in there and got to him, But, I mean, the defense definitely kept us in this game. It was winnable. There's a question I want to bring up that was asked earlier by Eric Bell. He said with 2 timeouts left, a minute 34 on the clock, at the end of the game, it looked like we were playing to just get the field goal and not actually try and get the touchdown. Because when we were running the ball, we were just running up the middle, like just trying to keep it in the center of the field instead of using Genty to the way that he had been playing all day long, breaking him out, getting him out of, outside the tackles and let him do his thing.
Right.
Do you guys feel that way, that it was like we were just playing for the field goal to get the win by 2 points?
We went very conservative, and that feeling when you watch this team as long as we have, they're playing safe. It's almost like prevent defense, but it was on the offense. I'm like, you got enough time to go stay aggressive and go down and score. Soon as they ran Genty right up in the middle, I'm thinking, oh, here we go. They're just playing for the field goal. And you had plenty of time. So there was no rush for time. Just stay aggressive in your plays. Now, Jenny was already foaming at the mouth by then. Give him that rock on the outside with an escort and let's go. Or put Trey Tucker in there to see if the defensive backs are still paying attention. You got to stretch them, man. But we didn't really attack. We just kind of like tried to muddle our way and hope for a field goal. And you saw what happened on that because we had the wrong personnel out there. You've got a defensive tackle trying to block a guy on the edge. No way, no damn way he can keep up with that kid. You know
that.
That play really looked like Keystone Cops.
Yeah.
So
and
shout out to the hold on. Shout out to the elephant in the room. He says no one ever addresses me though. They see me. So thanks for $2 super.
I addressed it. I addressed it. Oh man. But yeah, you're right, 100%. And I think that was Michael Mayer that normally plays that position.
Right.
Went ahead and put Jonah Walu. Yeah. I would have put in somebody else for that position. I mean, if you're gonna have Ian Thomas. Put another lineman there that normally can block. That's the guys you would go ahead and put out there. I don't know why Jonah Walu, who is not used to blocking, is out there on the edge, right?
It ain't rocket science, brother.
It didn't help also the tell. So I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. So it did come out after the game that there, I guess our long snapper has a tell, meaning that he kind of like, it's kind of like tipping the pitches. In other words, if you want to use a baseball analogy,
he moves the ball
kind of showing his hand.
Yeah, he moves the ball a certain way is what the telltale sign is.
Right, exactly. So that the corner from the Bears, he picked up on it. He actually got told by his own long snapper, like, hey, this guy has a tendency to do this right before the snap. And they started looking at the film, and then he saw it in the game, and then he just started to go ahead and just count it off. So you see it as every special teams play where we had to go kick a field goal, he was getting closer and closer until the very end where he just got the timing down 100%, and the ball got blocked, and it just sucks.
Kudos to them for great film work, man. I would love to see this team scout somebody like that, and it's all taking advantage of a team's weakness. That's why we love this game, you know?
Well, I got to give Will the credit on this. He said it in our chat the other day. He goes, "That's just good coaching on the Bears. That's what you call good coaching.
Yes.
When you can pick up on tendencies like that, and you can relay that to your players, and then they're in the game and they remember that, and then they see it. They're like, haha, okay, there it is." You know, and like you said, they've tried it a few different times and they weren't able to time it right, and they timed it when it counted, and that's the thing. Plus, we had, I forget who was out there blocking.
Lalu.
Yeah, at that point. So, and he normally isn't in that position. That's the thing, too. So, I mean, and then I've heard people complain and saying, oh, it's Carlson's fault. I'm like, how is that Carlson's fault?
No.
It was not.
What do you want him to do? Kick the ball through the guy? You know, I know Simone Reyes today, and I heard him say it the other day. He goes, well, yeah, you're supposed to kick it around the guy and then through the goalpost, you know, kind of being funny about it. I said, see, at least you put a comical spin on it. But other people are like, no, that's his fault. How is that his fault? You know? I mean, he's still going to kick it. The guy's coming in. There ain't nothing you can do about that, you know?
I guarantee
you should have pulled it down and ran. Pull it down.
I don't think it was that much time because of that defensive guy. He was in there stressed out like Superman. He was in there so quick to time it like he did, man. Like I say, it was as much as it pissed me off. That was an incredible defensive play. Regardless, he got his job done. You know. Otherwise, Carlson is true with that 3.
Yep.
Raider Ryan just.
In hindsight, don't play scared at home.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, Wayne, Raider Ryan said, I just ordered my sweatshirt from you, Uncle of the Nation. Thank you for all your passion for your Raiders, for our Raiders. Huge inspiration to the new young upcoming generation of the nation.
Appreciate you, Ryan. I'll get it out.
Shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
So, as far as, we talked about the defense, we talked about the O-line. The one thing we really didn't cover was just his overall performance. I think if it wasn't for the fumble he had and how much we're really going to not blame him for it, because, he got the ball and the defense was in his face.
Right in his face, yeah.
He probably would have been the AFC Player of the Week. Instead, I think it was Mahomes. It would have been Genty. Let's face it. He had a ridiculous day. These are the numbers we were expecting from him. And I know we talked about it last week on our show, and I said he needs at least 20 to 25 carries, and he'll come close to 100. Well, he blew the number away with the yardage. He had 138 yards, one TD, and then he had that long 64-yard long run on 21 carries. That's what we're expecting from him. We're expecting him feed him the ball. You can't expect these numbers on 11 carries.
Yes, right.
We get away from the run too soon early in the season, and that was the problem. They stayed committed to it. And I think especially with Geno throwing the interceptions, I think they had to stay committed to the run. And another name we didn't bring up, and I want you guys to talk about it, having this gentleman back in our offense, I think made a major, major impact that a lot of people aren't saying a lot about, and that's Mostert. Right. Mostert coming back and playing the role that he played, I think helped this offense immensely because he's a different type of player out there. And you saw what we've been missing for the first 3 weeks of the season. When he got the ball, he made the best of it. Everybody says, oh, he's old. I'll tell you what, for an old dude, if you want to classify him as an old dude, maybe for his position, when he went up the middle and broke through some of those, those were some amazing runs. Those are the plays that Zamir White can't do, but Mostert can. So we'll start with you, Nate. What's your take on the impact of Mostert, and what was your overall feeling?
I felt like the combination of Genty and Mostert, they complemented each other so well. Because they're more similar than the combination of Zamir and Genty. We can use them in the same way, and our offense doesn't skip a beat. But with Zamir, we have to slow it down, get all of our power guys, because that's the only thing he could do is run the power. He doesn't have great vision, unlike Mostert and Genty, who find the holes in the zone blocking scheme that we've been trying to run, and they can find the holes, squeeze out, and they go off. And that's exactly what we've seen from both guys. Right. So that's exactly what we've been waiting to see. That's what we've all been expecting to see from Mostert, and I'm just glad he's finally back on the field. And I'm hoping to see those two guys for the rest of the season. I honestly don't really want to see Zamir White in the backfield anymore.
Well, I think they made it official this week, actually, either yesterday or today, that he's definitely the number 2 back now. So that's it. Zamir's moved back to number 3 or 4 or maybe gone. Who knows?
Maybe gone.
It's definitely him and Mostert. Wayne, what's your take on Mostert?
I love the veteran leadership that he brought in. We were in the stands. We were saying, okay, here we go with the load management, And I'm like, listen, that's a 22-year-old running back. Give it to him 25, 30 times. He's just getting in his groove. Mostert came right in, and there was no drop-off as far as the speed to power concept. Yep. He knows how to get north and south, and that's what he takes to his advantage. I love the combination of the two of them. But like I said earlier, you want to tire defense out so that they're like soft meat in the fourth quarter. Their legs are shot. I'm a defensive guy. If you got to chase all day, when it comes down to like teams use with Derrick Henry, when they start battering them, you've got nothing left, dude, to stop that. So, I expected more out of Chip Kelly as far as play calling and the versatility of the calls. I'm still looking for the sweeps left and right, a la the SC. Where in the hell is that? Or some misdirection to really help Geno read the defense more.
Yeah.
And
Jay, what's your take on the whole Mostert being involved now?
Oh man, this is what we've been waiting for since the game, first week 1, and we finally got to see it on the field, and it was beautiful. This is what Raheem Raheem Mostert brings. He brings that complementary style football, that thunder to your lightning. That's what we saw. That's what we need. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about going into this next game. This is what we're gonna have to go ahead and do. If we can't really fully trust Geno Smith, we're gonna have to go ahead and run the ball. So kind of that old school run it down your throat type football, and we're gonna find success at it. And having a guy like now everybody knows there's no question, there's no Genty's a bust talk anymore. Done. We saw what he can do. He is him. That's it. The guy, if you give the guy enough carries, he's the type of back that if you got to warm him up. The more you feed him, the more he gets in a rhythm, the more he's gonna go. Once he gets going, forget about it. He's gone. He's gonna go ahead and run dudes over. He's gonna make guys miss. So long as our line can go ahead and create those openings, he's gonna find success. This is where Chip Kelly did a way better job of also going off tackle and doing the swing passes, and we were able to go ahead and find success on that as well. It's not just going a diddle up the middle every single time. We have to continue going outside of the tackles, mix it up, and we're going to be able to go ahead and find success. So, but I think for this week coming up, we're going to have to go to that a little bit more. We can't be also scared to kind of like dump it off. Geno has to go ahead and find the short range passes. He can't just be going for that, home run ball every single time, or go for that deep shot. It's going to come to him, but he also have to utilize that short space as well to go ahead and make those drives last longer. The more our offense is out, the better is going to benefit our defense.
Absolutely.
So I love it. I'm glad that Mostert's back.
Oh yeah,
he was out the scratch. I think it was some personal stuff. So I'm glad that that's all kind of squared away and he's back.
This goes back to last week when the big talk after Chip Kelly brought it up was the load management thing. If this is the effect of the load management that they've got planned going forward, where it's Mostert that's offsetting him for a couple of plays to give him a breather, I'm good with that, because if that's the result we're going to get from it when he comes out there, because he's not necessarily a change of pace with his speed, but he's a veteran. He sees things differently after playing for so long and being on. I mean, at the time when he was in Miami, they were a high-powered offense. I mean, they had some serious weapons down there. They're not the same team anymore down there, which is why he's not there. But he can now attribute to that time what he learned to what he's doing here now with this offense and these youngsters around him, between tight ends, wide receivers, and with Genty behind him, in front of him too. And I gotta agree with Jack, and I know Nate already started shaking his head when he saw this. There's a guy that played this weekend for the first time in a while as the starter, the bona fide named the starter again, and that was JPJ. And he had a heck of an impact out there. Now, this is something that I definitely saw real time as I'm watching it on TV, his impact in this game, what he did in just mauling players from that position, which I know still people are still screaming for him to move back to center. I think he's fine at guard, leave him at guard. I think he's better utilized at guard. He's more versatile and can do more things. And again, in his fashion, you see him down the field trying to make those, second, third, and fourth level blocks further down. And who's one of the first guys there to pick up whoever our ball carrier is? It's usually 85 to 90% of the time. It's him. Mm-hmm. So he's got that hustle in him. He doesn't stop. And I like him out there. Real quick before we actually stop moving on to the Colts game, what's your quick take on what you think with JPJ? We'll start with Wayne.
Yes, and that whole thing about him competing. Now, me as a fan was thinking, okay, now they're trying to play with this guy's head. And we know over the history of this team, there's been coach and player ego issues. This guy is a freaking stud. Let him do his job and throw all that shit about him competing, because he's going to compete. That's a football player. We need some more guys with that mentality on that O-line, and we'd be knocking the hell out of some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took two guys out on that one play. Jay, what's your take on JPJ?
Oh, man. Honestly, I know everybody wants to see him out at center, but but it's just not going to happen. This regime is fully committed at having him at center. My thing is, I just want him to start, and we see a big difference with him starting as opposed to Kappa. We saw the physicality come back. I mean, on that interception, I played it on Monday. He literally destroyed that dude. He just tackled him. He saved the touchdown.
He had 2 tackles in that game Sunday.
Yes,
he had 2 tackles.
Crazy. It just, he brings that physicality. He beefs up that offensive line, and it doesn't he just sets the tone so that way the rest of the guys don't go out there and get punked. And we talked about that the prior week, is like versus the Commanders. Literally, we got owned. They did what they wanted. They punked us around, and to operate an offensive line, you can't allow that. So that's what JPJ brings, and that's where he thrives a little bit better out of guard. I still would love to see him at center. I think he's still the best option, but they're committed to having him at guard. All right, cool, so be it. But keep him out starting, because clearly, that line is better with him starting.
He's a tone setter, Jay. That's what JPJ is. You could tell when he warmed up, and they were like, "Why isn't he doing like the other lineman?" I'm like, "Because he's not like the other lineman." Wait till the game starts, and he starts busting people in the mouth. We need to draft 2 or 3 more guys of that caliber.
Oh, I want a whole offensive line full of him.
Yes. But I'm just saying, next season, we should be lineman heavy in that draft on both sides, but definitely on the offense. We need 2 big set guards. To me, Parham is still, even at his weight, he's a little light in the base, and I see him get manhandled a lot. And of course, the kid at center, he gets manhandled too. When teams want to come right up the gut, they just manhandle him. He's not big enough. You remember how we were with the former center? We were saying he's too small, man. He's getting bull rushed. We need to get beef up at that old line, man. But like I say, JPJ is just a tone setter, and whatever these coaches are doing with his head, they need to stop it, because picking on him pisses the other teammates off.
Yep. Nate, go ahead. What's your take on JPJ?
Oh, I was just going to say JPJ's performance was undeniable. And the fact that you guys hit it out of the park, I couldn't say it any better, both of you guys. And the fact that his performance is getting recognized by people that don't even follow the Raiders. Like, I've been seeing TikToks and Instagram posts, YouTube videos of people breaking down the performance that JPJ had. Just shows how well he did in this game and how eye-opening it is, and how influential and how much of a part this O-line is when he's in the game. Like, he needs to be in the game. I don't know why they continue to say he's competing for his job. That it makes no sense to me. But I think this now more than ever shows why he needs to stay at that right guard position.
Yeah, we're going to have no choice but to keep him out there now with the woes we have on offensive line.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I think he's to the offensive line what Max was to the defense in this game. Absolutely. Max elevated his game. Everybody else stepped it up. JPJ being out there just added a whole new dimension to how that line played, and the rest of them kind of fed off of that. Not all of them, not all that great, some of them, but most of them fed off of that. So we're beating the Bears to death here, just not in the game, but just here.
We're on the Indianapolis.
Exactly.
It's Wednesday. We're at the midpoint of the show, so it's on to the next game. So Raiders Colts. Wayne, I want to get your take on this first, because I know we're coming up on the 1 hour for you. First, are you going to this game or no?
No, I won't be at this one. I'll be relaxing at home, watching it real close with no interruptions. So
there you go.
My take on it, I wrote down a couple of notes for this game coming up in particular. How are we going to fare at left tackle now that Miller's gone, probably for the entire year, with that hairline fracture he has now? And then will Geno make amends for his poor QB play last week? You know, all our shorter passes instead of going for the long ball all the time. And can this offense play enough ball control offense to let the defense stay rested for the most of the game? So those were my 3 Raider, observations going forward into this next game.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, what's your what would you say are your keys to victory for us for this game?
It's capitalizing on the possessions that were allowed, because the Colts are a really great running team, which means less possessions in the game. So with the offensive possessions that we are allotted, we cannot turn the ball over. We have to score 7, not 3, because like I said, the Colts are a good running team and they've been scoring touchdowns, not 3 points. So as long as we try to keep up with them, and then our defense, it's going to be tough. The Colts have a really good offensive line, and our defensive front has been probably the better part of our defense. But they're gonna have a handful with Jonathan Taylor and that O-line, that Colts O-line. So it's gonna be a really good matchup to see and evaluate how good our defensive front is. So it's gonna be really interesting. But like I said, I think it really comes down to our offense again and capitalizing on the possessions we have. So
couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much that: protect the QB, run game, pressure QB, turnovers, special teams, pretty much everything.
Yeah, not too much stuff.
Jay, what's your take on our keys to victory for this one?
Honestly, our keys to victory, like I said before, we're gonna have to go ahead and run the ball. Continue running the ball. I'm not expecting for us to go ahead and put 200 plus yards on the ground and on this game, but if we can go ahead and put over 100, we're in good shape. We have to be physical when it comes to the run game. Offense has to be balanced. Yeah. We can't just be trying to go ahead. Gino can't be trying to go ahead and go to hit the home run ball every single time. He has to find those short routes, those short crossing routes, and then complement that with that run. He's going to go ahead and eventually get his guy open down deep. It's going to happen, but it has to be balanced. And we haven't had that. It's been always either a lot of passing, a lot of try to hit that deep throw, or like, for example, for this past game, it was a lot of the run game, which is great, but we couldn't do it through the air. And when we did, we had to pay for it. Gino literally has to have that turnaround game. I've been saying it all week long. I give him these next 3 games. If he can't turn it around where he's not constantly turning over the ball, there has to be change made, unfortunately. And I hate to say it, but we're probably going to have to sit him at that point. So he has to have a turnaround game. He has to have almost a mistake-free game, and he has to play his heart out. He has to have vision, and he has to go ahead and do what he does best. I think the thing is getting out. He has to get out of here. He overthinks too much, and it just becomes a snowball effect. Defensively, we need to have the same type of game we had in that Bears game, and if the defense continues to kind of bail us out and continue to keep this, teams at under 10 before on the first half, we got a shot. They kept us in games a lot of times, and again, we're trying to go ahead and have this defense asking a lot. But this is not the same defense as the year prior. There's still holes in this team. There's still holes in this defense. Like on the corner position, we don't have a true nickel. Eric Stokes kind of went down. So we'll see if we get 100% Eric Stokes. We might not. Are we going to see Darian Porter more? Probably so. The other guys need to step up. Tyree needs to step up. Malcolm Coons, Adam Butler, they need to come out. They need to play a great game. I want to see more of Jack Besh. Been waiting for Jack Besh
more snaps.
That's what they've been saying. So
4 weeks. He said, we're going to see more Besh. Great. Let's get him the ball. This is why we drafted this guy in the second round. This guy has almost a 0 drop rate. That pass that was thrown to Thornton in the last game, if it was Besh,
I would have caught it. That ball was catchable. That ball was totally catchable. At first, I'm like, he threw it at his feet. And then we watched it in slow motion and a replay.
He had
that. That was at his knees, so that was still.
That hit his hands. As the saying goes, if it hits your hands, you should be able to catch it, and he did it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a clear difference between Jack Besh's route running and Dante Thornton. I love Dante Thornton, but he needs more work. We haven't seen what Besh is about yet. We need to see more.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see what could be there. So I want to see Jack Besh out there on Sunday. I want him to see more targets, not just blocking. I want him to actually get the ball and see what he can do. If I think we can do all that, we have a shot.
Yeah.
I was going to say that he's good in both the run game and the passing game. Mm-hmm. That's the guy that you run right behind your linebackers when they clear out, and he's going to run over most of them.
Yep. Exactly.
Now, my take on this game, I got a couple of things I wanted to bring up. One is pretty much what Indiana Raiders bringing up. Chipping and double teaming will definitely be switched to. I think it's a definite. They're going to target Forsythe because they know how bad he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the other thing I'm thinking is I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden they come out game day and they keep it hush hush until then. Game day, they move JPJ to left guard. He's played it before for us. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him at left guard to give that extra help
on that side.
Forsythe. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And switch Parham to the right hand side. Or put Capper on the right hand side and bench Parham for a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do. I mean, why not put him over there? I mean, the kid's a mauler. He's quick. Yeah. He's small framed. He's a lot more maneuverable than like Parham is for the most part, and Forsythe. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull something like that and they keep it hush hush until the first offensive snap runs. We go out there and all of a sudden you look and he's on the left side. It's like, nah, smart move.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. And what was my other point?
I would put Ian Thomas even on that left side too.
The Colts run game is no joke. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the NFL right now. We've been fortunate with running backs we've gone up against. I mean, they had running back by committee in Washington. This past weekend, we stuffed their running game. The Patriots, we kind of held their running game in check.
Yeah.
The Chargers, they didn't do much in the running game either.
No.
But none of them have the talent of Jonathan Taylor. Not a single one of them that we've played yet has been of the caliber of Jonathan Taylor. So you look at some of the running backs we're going to play this year. We got some tough running games coming up. He's the first real big challenge for this defensive front. So if we can stop him, then I've got even more confidence on that front line and the linebackers being able to stuff a run game, So that's going to be a big challenge right there. Max had a great game this past weekend. He's got to have another one this week. And so does Jamal Adams, and so does Devin White. These guys are going to step up again. Kuntz has got to have an impact. He has to. Other than that, we ain't signing him to another contract. I can tell you that right now. I mean, 100%. For what? He didn't show us anything,
Mm-hmm.
So this game's a little wonky in my opinion. If Geno can't get over that mental break of what's going on upstairs as to why he just keeps throwing interceptions, So I'm still excited for this game because it's definitely winnable. If we could rattle Daniel Jones, because I mean he's not that great of a quarterback.
Come on. Right there is what I always say. Why aren't we blitzing quarterbacks that aren't real mobile? And Daniel Jones being one, right up the gut in his face, throw him off his mark. And that's kind of like what they did to Caleb. Got him off his mark, and then he started trying to take over the game himself, which played right into our hands. So let's give Daniel Jones some pressure, not let him get comfortable back there, blow drying his hair before he passes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our left tackle is going to be John Forsythe, which is the guy that we just picked up a month ago. Forstone, sorry.
Stone Forsythe?
Yeah,
Stone Forsythe, whatever. See, that's how much it matters to me. All I know is when I saw number 70 running out onto the field on Sunday, I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm going to say this. Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, with Forsythe, we already know his track record. Anybody that's looked him up, he's just a journeyman lineman to me. He's not, nothing special, but you can use his length by pulling him as a lead blocker on some of these sweeps. Now, I'm sure he's fleet-footed enough to get out to the edge and wall off. Don't take much talent to do that. Get in the way. So if we run to that side, since they want to they'll probably blitz and bring pressure from that side, have him pull and run to the right behind DJ Glaze and JPJ if they leave him at right guard. Run away from that pressure, just like they do with us with Max. They run away from him.
Mm-hmm.
805. They have Jonathan Taylor, but we got Adam Butler. He's a huge Adam Butler fan, so he absolutely loves him. Yeah. And we got a super chat from Space Beast to Just Raiders, baby. $1.99 super chat. Thank you, brother.
One of my mods here at Just Raiders. Appreciate you, my guy. I'm gonna say this real quick. We have a shot. The Colts defense are struggling a little bit in that red zone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if we're able to go ahead and get in the red zone, we'll be able to go ahead and have a shot again. There's a little window of success. Obviously, they're struggling. They just got beat by the Rams, so they're going off a loss. We have a shot of potentially coming out and stealing one here, but there's a lot of things that have to go ahead and go right. We have to go ahead and execute almost mistake-free in this game for us to be able to go ahead and even have a shot. But they are struggling in that red zone, and then if we can go ahead and get Genty in that red zone and just start running that football, and then include Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is great in that red zone. Same thing with Jacoby. If we can also get Jack Besh involved, I think we're going to be able to go ahead and be able to score in that red zone.
Keeps that D honest, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Even in that condensed area, everybody's got to stay on who's got who, you got to stay on your guy.
So, exactly. Sin, can they put JPJ at left tackle? I think he's too small.
Yeah. I don't think so.
He doesn't have the height or the arm reach. Your left tackles are usually tall as hell, and they have long wingspan. They have to. Doesn't mean he can't do it. I mean, he's definitely probably athletic enough to do it as a big guy. That's still a good question, though, but I highly doubt it. I think the best option would be put him at left guard. Give that extra protection, even if he's got to step back a little bit further and help seal off that left side. And not so much be in the face of, whoever's in front of him on the defense. To give that extra protection for Gino. Kind of almost like a freelance left guard. Hit whatever's moving that's wearing the opposite color of your jersey. That's it.
That's old school, right?
Exactly.
Indiana Raider, no, I'm not coming to Indy. I've just been helping out, finding locations for the tailgate party pregame stuff. And no, next game I'm going to Philly. I'm going there it's already cold up here anyway, so it's not like I'm going to be freezing any more down there than I am up here. So, wife and I are going.
Yeah. One thing that Diesel said, shotgun formation. We ran a little bit less on shotgun. We ran more under center. We were finding success on that. So I hope that we continue that trend and play off center as opposed. I know that, and it's a little bit of struggle because Meredith hasn't been 100% snapping the ball. But if you get,
there's a benefit. There's a benefit.
There's a benefit. Yes.
Especially with Genty, because Genty's running already, and you're giving him the ball. He's not taking off from a dead stop. Exactly. He's already because with him being in his stance now, that's the other thing we didn't talk about was him doing his stance where he's standing straight up in the Michael Myers. He's got yardage to start up with that head of steam. So as soon as Gino gives him the ball as he's coming out from under center, he's already got the vision laid out in front of him. He already knows which way he's going, and he's already got a head of steam. Whereas they're doing it on a shotgun, he's just handing the ball next to him, and now he's got to take off from a dead stop. I think that had a big impact in it too. That and his stance. It was
shorter yardage too. Yeah, he's shorter yards because he's closer to the line. He's like 3 yards behind as opposed to like 8 almost. It's a big difference. Yeah, So
like I said, I think they can kill him with jet sweeps, guys, if they really stick with that.
Yeah.
That way your linemen are not going mano a mano. They're kind of flowing and cutting off as they go.
Mm-hmm.
We got enough speed. If even Jack Besh could get involved with stuff like that,
Yeah, because he's quick. Besh is a fast dude.
He's quick.
So I know you don't have much time left, Wayne. So I want to give you the floor. I want to give you the opportunity to talk about anything you got coming up. But before that, I want your take on where you think the Raider Nation culture is right now, how it looks going forward, and kind of like people keep saying it, you're an inspiration to the youth, enlighten us with some wisdom if you don't mind, because I know you're always good for that stuff. So that's why I like
Let me pull something from way in the back. Listen, as a fan base, we are still unique within our own. There are more fan bases watching us than most of us even realize. And just the way that we live this whole thing, most other fan bases don't. So we have something unique here, but what we need is more, I always say, locking arms together, make that change strong, uplift each other instead of, tearing each other down, because that's like taking us back to high school mentality to me. We know the world's against us, so we have to have that mantra, it's us against everybody else, and believe in each other. And basically, other than that, brother, it's like singing to the choir. It's just us coming together. That's going to be a beautiful thing because we are more powerful than we even realize. And I'm getting this from outsiders.
So what, sorry, I want to put this up too on the screen for you too while you were doing that. Where was I? So what's your final take on, for like this weekend? Like what's your overall feeling that you see happening this week? Like your prediction, basically.
It's going to be another dogfight, a la the Bears game. That was a dogfight, but Indianapolis has too much talent for us to go in there pussyfooting around. Like I said, we've got to go in there and set the tone from the kickoff. Who's ever on the field first, throw the first punch, stick with our game plan with a few wrinkles, in lieu of our O-line situation. All we can do is next man up and let's go as a team and go in there and kick the Colts' ass and come home with that dub.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being on with us. It's always a pleasure having you on here.
Always.
Appreciate the invite. I love what you guys doing, man. I'm watching you from afar. Keep doing that, man.
Well, I know we had you on a few months ago with Chris and myself, and I know the last thing that you and I talked about before you signed off was, I definitely want to come back on in the season and actually talk Raider football. And so that was always my goal, was to get you back on so we can not talk about, so much the Violator thing, but to actually get your football takes on things, because people don't usually get that from you, So it's nice to have you on a show like this and, to spread the love with us and come in here and do this. And we really appreciate you doing it. And
I appreciate the opportunity.
We'll definitely get you back on again this season.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking forward to coming back, like probably after the bye or right before the bye. Let's see where we are right then, because it's going to be an uphill battle. But like you say, we have to keep the faith as fans that we can pull this thing out. It may not be pretty, and Raider football has never been known for being pretty. Just win.
Exactly.
I want to do this while you're still here, real quick. We could do this shout out real quick.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders.
I gotta get you on a solo tip, I gotta get you back on Good Morning Raiders too. So we gotta run that back for sure. It was a fire show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know.
Love talking ball, man. Love talking ball.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So someday I'll make it out to Vegas and I'll get to actually meet you in person. I've been on shows with you on Instagram, Facebook, phone, whatever. I just never I've been able to meet you in
the
person.
Donuts deal comes through. Jeff is going to be able to go to Vegas.
Yeah. If I get sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
What are you waiting for?
That's it. Keep putting that in the air, brother. Keep putting that in the air.
Yeah.
Put a Dunkin' Donuts patch on your shirt. Let's go.
Every time I'm on camera, this is it. It's here, right here. Dunkin' Donuts. This guy runs on Dunkin', so
that's it.
There you go.
I just want like Devontae Adams, how he had Taco Bell. I want a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through in my house. Just walk up, get a coffee. I'm good.
There you go. Exactly. Have it shipped to you.
Well, again, we appreciate you being on here and spreading the love with us. So it's always been fun having you on and getting your takes. Predators in the house. What's up? What's up, Anthony?
What's up, brother?
What up, man?
Sir. Hey, keep doing what you guys are doing, man. I'm gonna pop off of here, but you guys keep uplifting Raider Nation and keep that positive energy because that's what it's gonna take. And we want that same from our players on the field. They've got to band together like a band of brothers and really go through this struggle. You never know because other teams are going to encounter injuries. So you just have to keep pressing forward with the soldiers that you have.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And not be singing it's the end of the season. Our season is not over. It's just getting started.
It's just frustrating, that's all.
Yes, it is. I'm 23 years of frustrated. So you still got to keep that faith that they're going to pull it through.
Yep. So far, only 4 of us in this panel have seen us win in person, right, Nate?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate you.
Hey,
have a great night, man.
I'll see you in November. I'll be down there for the Jaguar game, so I'll pull up.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 100%.
Saturday night on Fremont.
There you go. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
On Fremont. Yes, sir.
Make sure everybody gets over to moto-sports.com for Violator merchandise. If you want any of his cigars, make sure you reach out to him. What was not that.
At Violator 57.
Yes, thank you.
On Instagram at Mabry Wayne. They know it. Just reach out to me on social media.
Yeah.
Just reach out to him if you want one of his cigars.
Yeah, and shout out to our guy Raider Ryan. He actually got an order. I think he said he got a sweater earlier.
Yes.
So
I brought that up earlier. He bought a sweatshirt.
Supporting. So appreciate my guy Raider Ryan. Salute to you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother. That'll be coming soon.
All right, brother. Take care.
On that, gentlemen, I'm gonna bow out of here, and you guys keep doing the business, man. God bless.
Yes, sir.
Raiders.
You too. Go
Raiders.
Raiders.
Thank you.
Salute.
All right. That was a Violator, y'all.
That was awesome. I love doing shows with him. It's the third one now, so it's so awesome, man.
Yeah, it was so dope. Hey, there you go, Indiana Raider. Hey, we gotta link up, brother. Let me know, man.
Let's see. He'll be out there. Anthony's going too.
Okay, there you go.
I might be going to that one too, Jay.
Let's go.
Oh, really?
I might be.
Get that J lot. And if you go, Jeff, if you ever go, because you're a Black Hole member, obviously you get discounts at Golden Nugget. I didn't even know that. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah, 20% off or 30% off, something like that.
What's up, my guy, Predator? I miss you, brother.
Salute, my guy. Salute.
God, he was so much fun when he was out here. That was such a trip, man. That was awesome.
Oh yeah,
for sure. That's what I miss more than anything, to be honest with you. I just miss everybody that was out here and hanging out and just doing our thing with them and everything. That was just, even if we would have, if we would have lost, it would have sucked. But obviously, but still, it just was like once Nate was finally gone, it's like I'm sitting here and I'm like, everybody's gone now. It's like, what the fuck? Like, shit, we don't have to go to Boston tonight. Damn, I know she was happy though. She was tired of driving back and forth.
There you go.
It's 30% off. It's 20% off if you buy stuff off the store. Is what it is. It's 30 for hotels, I think it is.
30 for hotels, so and that's only for, I think it's only for Golden Nugget and everything that's associated with like Golden Nugget.
Hey, if you fly to Vegas from LA, how much does it usually cost for an airline?
I've never done that, so I don't know.
For me, it was like almost $200.
It's like the cheapest I found from here is like 5 and change.
That sounds about right.
Which sucks.
From here to Jersey, it's about that. It's about like $4 or $5.
You know, well, that's to Vegas. That's the problem. It's the destination that you're going to where it costs so much. Like I looked for the hell of it to find ticket prices for an airfare from here to Houston. It's like half of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's ridiculous. You know, so
yeah.
What else did we want to touch on now? It seems like we banged through a lot of stuff tonight. Quicker than I thought we were gonna, which was actually pretty good. I mean, I really don't want to talk Bears anymore.
Right.
I got to do it again tomorrow night already.
I know, exactly.
Actually, I forgot to tell you, I think we're going to have Mike from Raiders Against the World come on with us too, because he wants to hype the Rosarita.
The Rosarito, yeah.
Oh, the Papa's a beer event that Leo and MC are doing.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
And plus get him on, and it'll be a fresh take on everything from Sunday, and then this week's coming game too. So that'll be good. Get him on there. Let you two go at it as far as what you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't
whatever
know.
Else you have in that, whatever else you have in there.
That was it, dude. Like I said, we ripped right through this. The next banner I had that we didn't put up yet was the final thoughts one. I went through everything.
Nice.
We even have a whole note section, and we pretty much nailed everything. I'm looking through it right now, scrolling through if there's anything we missed, and we talked it all, dude. That was actually pretty damn good as far as how well that went.
Yeah.
I feel bad we weren't able to interact with the chat as much as we normally do, getting their takes on stuff. But I mean, when you got a special guest on, it's kind of tough. You gotta the focus on.
Yeah, we only had like a limited time as well, so we couldn't go like too much in depth. But yeah. I honestly, for me,
it's Red Sox, baby.
I don't like Yankees, but I hope that we're able to go ahead and turn it around. And like I said, I give Gino, these next 3 games. If he can't, same shit. Then that's man. Like I said earlier, Gino's on pace to go ahead and hit 30 interceptions.
That's disgusting.
It's terrible.
That's got to be the most ever in a season,
Nobody's
right?
even come close. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's got to be. I don't want to be in the record book for that.
No, fuck no. So
Jameis had a 30-30.
Oh, did he?
Jameis had a 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh, that's like not even bother playing.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure some of those 30 interceptions were pick sixes. They had to be. They couldn't have all just been interceptions and the guy just falls down. I mean, they had to run at least a couple of those back, maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the odds alone. Oh, God, that's so painful.
Yeah.
And everybody thought AOC 12 threw the ball away a lot. Holy shit.
Yeah. And this whole talk about AOC, first off, that dude's still hurt. He's still on IR.
Oh, I'm not even claiming for him to come back. I mean, at this point, and even the people saying, put Pickett out there, watch him sometimes. Man, he's not that good, man. He got let go by 2 teams for a reason.
Exactly. And you're only benching Gino because, hey, bro, you just can't be fucking throwing strikeouts and just giving away the ball at will.
Well, I look at it this way: the only reason you would entertain benching Gino, in my opinion, is just to strike a spark or reset him somehow. Let him sit there and stew for a game where he's not playing. Going, God damn it! you know, and then that's his chance to, you know, come back and kick it into gear and be what we expected of him. You know, not some slug that's out there throwing 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in 4 games. Yeah. That's nuts. That's crazy. I mean, I've seen quarterbacks benched already for that.
Yeah. Yes, and the whole thing about Carr, no, stop it. We're not bringing back Carr.
I know. I've seen that
Carr retired for a reason. That dude has literally a noodle for an arm now. Poor guys like Drew Brees and shit can't fucking. I'm pretty sure he can't even hold a cup of water at this point. How you expect him to go out there and throw the ball?
Yeah, Jack asked, who do you fellas want to see at left tackle with Colt Miller being out? Well, I agree with you, Jack. I want to see them just throw Grant out there. Fuck it. What do we got to lose? I mean, at this point,
the season's not over. I don't think we just say fuck it.
No, but I mean, but what it is
Stone Forsythe still has played and been a starter in the NFL.
Yeah, but once you start seeing those mistakes happen, especially coming from a vet, your tone is going to change. If you see,
expect mistakes from a rookie, and you can be a little bit more lenient with the rookie. Yeah. You know, when you've got a veteran that's out there, like
that's Miller. The thing. That's why they're putting him out there first. That's not why they're obviously just throwing out Charles Grant right now. Of course, obviously we know the history of him, and he's gonna be bad, but right now, the better option is to go with the veteran.
I don't think it's a better option to go with a vet. To
bring your car back at that moment.
I'm gonna say this. Look at what we did with GJ Glaze. We went out there. Mumford went down. I think that's when Mumford was playing right tackle, and then he went in. And then the kid did pretty well. He wasn't like fucking shut out like badass off the gate. But he did pretty well, and then he started flowing into that position. I think this is an occasion where we got to probably try out the rookie within the next 3 games and see what he can do. This is where also too the development starts coming in. This is where the coaching comes in. You know, if you're gonna go ahead and make those mistakes, make them with the rookie. You know, but if you drafted, you went out and drafted. You know, Charles Grant in the 3rd round, there's potential there. He's been sitting he played a little bit. I don't know if he played him in the preseason, but he's been sitting the whole time the last 4 weeks. He's going to sit again most likely this week. Why not? See what it can do.
I don't think Cam Miller is ready either. I mean, not a quarterback. Quarterback's a different beast, man. You either got it as a rookie or you don't. You know, I mean, obviously Dylan Gabriel's got it because he's starting this weekend for Cleveland. You know, they bench Flacco. You know, so let's see what happens there with that. You know, obviously Jackson Dott's got it. I mean, he just beat the Chargers this past week, and Chargers just got nailed with more injuries now too because now Alt's out too for an extended time, I guess. So the Chargers are going to start dropping now. I'm telling you, these injuries are catching up to them. You know, are we any better right now? No. Injuries, losing Colt Miller, man. That's like a dagger to the heart, man. That one hurt. That one definitely hurt. When you got your best offensive lineman, you know, because he's still the best offensive lineman we had. You know, JPJ's number 2 out there on that offensive line, but Colt Miller was still the number 1 guy. You know, it sucks to see him go down the way he went down. You know, I mean, even a high ankle sprain, he was going to be out for, you know, a little bit longer than usual because those usually take forever. But now that there's a fracture, that's a different beast now, too. At least it's not his shoulder. That's what I thought it was at first because he did start grabbing his right shoulder. Like when he was laying there, he was kind of doing this. So I'm like, well, his left side is the one that was injured last year, so that's not it. So I'm like, well, even if it's his right shoulder, he could still possibly play. Right. But then they're like, oh no, I've heard his knee, it was his foot, it was his ankle, and then obviously the next day you get the legit answer. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
So once it got carted off, I'm like, fuck. That's not good. I'm gonna say that's our season, but it's just not. It's just adding shit to shit. Good. Yeah, I mean,
he threw the same amount of yards as Geno, but he won the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran the ball too. That kid can run, man. He had some good runs too.
Yeah.
I guess if we're gonna finish up then. So I mean, I got Nate again tomorrow night, so I can get his tomorrow too. But what's your prediction on Sunday's game, score wise?
Honestly, I see us taking the L this week. There's a lot of stuff that has to go right, and we have to basically play mistake-free football for us to be able to even have a shot. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm not trying to be pessimistic about it. It's just like this Colts team is different. It's tough. We're on the road. We're playing Danny Dimes at home. It's hard, but if we could do some of the things that, like I said earlier, we might have a shot. But I really do think we take an L on this one. If I had to go ahead and give a prediction, it'd probably be like 31-21. To be honest with you, I think they put up like 31 on us. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, it'll probably be one between 3 points. It could literally boil down to like a 24-21 situation. It might win.
God, I don't want that again. I don't want another close one.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your prediction on the score?
Yeah, it's tough because the Colts have been a really good team. They've been averaging over 30 points a game. And if we continue to turn the ball over offensively, that it's going to be a bad score. It's going to be something looking like Washington. But I'm going to be a little bit optimistic. I do think they actually lose this game as well. If I'm being honest, though, I think that their offensive line, the combination of the offensive line and Jonathan Taylor is going to be just a little much for our defensive front. We really haven't been tested yet, so we don't know what it's going to look like against a really good offensive line and a really good running back. So, I mean, I'm open to being, surprised about the performance, but I just think that it's going to be tough to handle. I think it's going to be a little bit lower of a scoring game, just because they do run the ball well, and I think we're going to try to run the ball because we've had a lot of success this past week running the ball. So the time is going to bleed off the clock. I'm going to go with something like, let's go with like 24, like, I don't know, 24-17 maybe.
Like Raiders or Colts?
Oh, shit. Colts, yeah.
That's what Jack said.
That's exactly what Jack said. Damn.
Yeah. That's why as soon as you said it, I clicked on it. I was like, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm still being super optimistic. I'm going 30-21 us. I told you I'm not going to stop picking 30 until we break 30. But I think the problem, or not the problem, but I think the issue with this game is going to be clock management, because we're going to have a lot less time on the clock when we get the ball back each time. Mm-hmm. And hopefully the same thing in their case, because I think both teams are going to be running the ball like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If not us, then the Colts are going to be running the ball, and they're going to be just chewing up that clock on us. So the time of possession is in the favor of the Colts, just because they've got an established running game. We've only had one successful running game, and that was this past week. All the other stuff in the prior 3 games were decent running games, nothing great. But this was the first legit running game that we saw. So we're not established with the running game yet. The Colts are. The Colts can kill the clock, and that's going to hurt us. So will it come down to one of those like last team with the ball wins? It's possible.
Maybe.
It's possible. I think it's just going to force us to throw it. Do I hope Genty has another game like last week? Oh, hell yeah. Who doesn't? But and here's the thing. You look at our stats from Sunday's game, and you ask somebody, who do you think won? And you look at the stats, and you see what we did for yardage and the rushing. And Genty had 3 touchdowns, broke 130-something yards in, rushing, and we held them to, 60-something yards rushing. without looking at the quarterbacks, you'd be like, we won that
on
game.
paper, yeah.
I was going to say, if you looked at if you looked at Geno's
like if you just
stats,
looked at the one game, because usually when you got a good running game like that, you won the game. Because you obviously running it like that, you controlled the clock and you had more possession. It was complete opposite. We had that game if not for Geno's 3 interceptions. Like, I'm not blaming the loss on the field goal, just like last year in that Broncos game, with the field goal miss, that whole debacle there. I can't blame us for losing it because of that missed field goal. It was missed early on when something else went wrong, on the offense. That wasn't the kicker's fault, So it's like, I don't blame this loss on Carlson not making the kick or the block not, the offensive lineman not making the block. It goes back to those 3 interceptions. Take one of those away and we don't kill the drive and we potentially get a field goal or we get a touchdown. Completely different outcome. We won the game,
Exactly.
And again, and the other tough thing is we're going on the road again,
Yeah.
We should have been more aggressive on that final drive.
Yeah, we should have. Eric Bell was right when he asked that question.
We went to go ahead and just kick the field goal. We should have went just like, hey, just drive down the field, whatever way that looks like. If we
those continuous run plays up the middle gave us nothing.
No,
kept the ball in the middle of the field, so you would think it would make an easier field goal. It worked all game long, breaking Genty outside the tackles. Why are we not doing that? Or get Mostert in there as that change of pace. Put him out there for a play. Give him a shot to, break one through.
Right.
So it was bad play calling at the end, and you're absolutely right. We played for the field goal. Eric Bell was right when he asked that. We played for the easy win, and it backfired.
Yeah,
because the last offensive play, Colton Millen got hurt. So
should have just been aggressive and just like doing our thing. And if we were short, cool. Then we go for the field goal. That's where Pete's experience, the clock management has to come in play. Like, okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead and try to take a shot here, and if we can't, then this is where we're gonna go ahead and kick it.
Who was out there in place of Miller for that? It was
what for the
on the field goal attempt.
Oh no, it was Lalu.
Oh, Lalu was out there.
So Lalu was the one that was lined up on special teams that let that, like, he missed that block essentially. But it was I think it was Michael Mayer that was originally supposed to be lined up there, but obviously he's injured, so they put in Lalu, and that's the thing that kind of boggles me. Where, like, why did you use a defensive tackle who is not specialized in blocking to go out there and try to block? He normally probably would use an offensive lineman or an offensive player to go ahead and do that for you. So I know they act on special teams sometimes too, but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys got anything else? What do you got coming up, Jay?
Well, for me, I got Good Morning Warriors on Saturday. Make sure you guys go ahead and pull up and tap in. We got a special guest. We got none other than 1/3 of the War Room. I got 805 in the building.
Nice.
In the building. Yes, sir. He's going to go ahead and chop it up with us. We're going to go ahead and preview this Colts game. You already know how 805 does it. We're going to go ahead and do that whole film breakdown analysis that we're going to get from him. So it's going to be a really good one. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for that one. It's going to be Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific on the West Coast. Make sure you guys go ahead and mark your calendar for that one. And then post-game reaction show on Sunday after the game. It's going to be 1 hour, roughly about an hour after the game. Hopefully Raider Will can go ahead and make it again. It's going to be a good one. Love his takes. We had a fire show on Monday. That was a good one. Loved having him on. So definitely got to bring him back. And obviously you guys are always welcome to go.
Yeah, because some asshole from Rhode Island wouldn't come on with you Sunday.
No, he was all pissed and fucking fuddy-duddy and shit and get off my lawn. I was like, all right, dog, whatever. Man, I'll rock him by myself.
Nate, what do you got?
So tomorrow, obviously, we got Raiders Coast to Coast. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Friday, I'm going to have my preview to the game. So always every Friday, I have the preview for the game coming up on the weekend. and then reactions on Monday and or Tuesday. I've been doing it on Tuesday because I've been busy on Mondays, but so Tuesday you can probably find the reaction for the game that happened on the weekend.
Nice. So make sure you get over to both my guys here. You got Jay from Just Raiders Baby podcast, and in between us is LV Raider 10. Him and I will be on tomorrow night for the Raiders Coast to Coast. We'll have a special guest on with us. Should be Mike from Raiders Against the World tomorrow night. And then Friday, our normal Friday night open mic show. 805 was on for a couple of hours Friday night with us. Him,
Nice.
Will, and then this other guy. What the hell was his name now?
Something Gamble.
Polka Gut. That's what it was. Polka Gut.
Okay.
He was from the Tampa area. He's a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. But man, he was chopping it up like a pro with 805 and Will. I mean, I was just sitting back, just letting them go, having talking game film and plays and everything. I was like, this was a great show. I mean, they were chopping it up big time, But yeah, we'll be back Friday night, and then Saturday night we got the Last Call podcast with myself, Jason Downs, and Chris Foradas, and then we got our Monday morning quarterback. Hopefully, for once again, we can be a happy Monday morning quarterback. Haven't had a happy one yet because we didn't do the Patriots one.
Just
because
the first one. Just the
too
first
much
one. And if there was a game for you to win, it was that one, bro. Because we would not hear the end of it all season long, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got to hear shit from this Patriot fans now all year long. Wow, that one was like the dub, bro. We just got to go ahead and get 9 more, 8 more.
Yeah, right. Oh, you kidding me? Because you know what it was? Everything went so well that weekend. And it would have been all gone for shit if we would have lost. At least it just kept everything. Everybody was so happy. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
And now since then, everybody's been miserable because we've been losing in great away fashion.
Yeah. It's like for us on that Monday night game though, because it's Raider Nation showed out. We blacked out basically that stadium and just wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, it was horrible. It's just like, are you shitting me? The fans did what they were asked to do. Show up. We showed up. We showed up in force there and big fucking zero.
That goes to show you the fan base can pull up.
Oh yeah.
Do their part. That's it.
Yep.
They just gotta do the part. So for everybody who says we can never black out Allegiant. We blacked that out. 2 years in a row, we blacked that out, and 2 years in a row they let us down. So
the Cowboys won on Monday night. It's gonna be a tough one to black out just because it's the Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
and they have a huge fan base.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely have one of the biggest fan bases in the NFL. There's no two ways about it.
100%.
That's gonna be a fun game, though.
I'm gonna get together with my coworker. I'll be like,
it's gonna be an inexpensive game for Nate.
So I don't know about that.
He's like, free all day, every day.
You get the biggest expense taken care of with the tickets.
That's true.
No, bro, you just got to pay for your hotel.
I mean, that's a big expense. Those tickets are cheap. It's the highest ticket price right now in the NFL is that Monday night game. It might not be right now the way we're playing. Might be able to get them a little bit cheaper now, but all right. Well, I guess that's the end of the Raider Connection tonight. And again, shout out to everybody that was in the chat. We appreciate you all for being here with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
All your comments were excellent tonight. And again, a big shout out to Violator for being on with us. Mm-hmm. And just real quick, don't forget, make sure you get over to motos-sports.com for any of Violator merchandise. Reach out to him at 57 Violator. If you're interested in his cigars, send him a personal message that way. And
we also have his channel put down in the descriptions below as well. Yep. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Give him a follow on IG and TikTok, and all the other X as well. Make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow on those platforms as well.
So make sure you guys hit the likes on the way out from everybody's channel tonight. And again, like I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
win, baby.